Hello everyone, it's Alisha Costanzo, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I've been getting new subscribers, makes me so happy. Glad you guys are here. I'm gonna be a weirdo today, but this is essentially my Writer-opoly wrap-up video, in which I'm gonna show you what I can, really, of me accomplishing my Writer-opoly challenges for the month. So, to go through them again real quick. So over here, let's put the list of things that I was supposed to do today. They're probably not going to be in order, but this is how I remember them. So first, I had a chance card writing a scene with prejudice featured in it. 2, write in a different point of view. 3, write a poem again. 4, try another author's writing routine for the day. And finally, to write a page in my Write a Story workbook. I also had a 6th role in which get out of jail free card, so I don't have a prompt for that, but I'm hoarding it. So let's get into first things first. Let's write that one page because that's where I started. So I've done challenge number 1. Writing challenge number 1. It's not the first challenge that I got, nor is it the first one that I've completed, so this is all inaccurate. But first one that I'm showing you guys anyways. Write the story. Randomly generated a page number, and this is write the story 5 people from completely different backgrounds seated together. And it had Vietnam in it, so of course I had to make it about soldiers in a family meeting, probably not for the first time, but having the political conversation for the first time. Interesting, but I don't actually like it. I didn't give anybody names. It was her father, the groom, the bride, his mother, his father. 5 people with different backgrounds, although from only two different families, and I know that sounds weird, but it does happen. They all grew up differently. And yeah, I filled the whole page. Don't like what I made. Hopefully next time it's something better, but I actually started writing in it, and that was the point. So I'm gonna put this baby back on a shelf. I don't know if you could read my handwriting, but essentially when the groom asked the father about Vietnam, he said I was drafted and didn't expand. Mother chastised the groom. Bride kind of likes the fact that they were actually opening up to conversation about it, and his father went, did you see action? Because he was from Vietnam and fought in the war, and that's all I got for it. I like controversy, so but yeah, not an excellent story. I'll try it again though, and keep it on my Monopoly board. Alright, I am gonna go get ready to do one of my other challenges so I can get them all done and create a wrap up. Okay, so I wrote a really silly fucking poem. My prompt was, I'm doing the prompt for Stream of Conscious Saturday with Linda G. Hill. She's one of my authors that I work with. And I couldn't not take a stoner's perspective from this because I called it a joint adventure. It's really short, it's really stupid, it's really silly, but it's one of my challenges for the month was to write another poem, and at least I wasn't dark for once about it. I actually made something fun and silly, so I'm gonna just laugh at myself. Please laugh at me too, because this is a very true experience. So joint adventure. Grind, scrape, stuff. Roll, lick, press. Flick, flick. Light it on fire. Puff, puff. Smoke swirls in light, twisting and turning, spinning over itself. Shift, groan, creak, stand, wobble, press, hand to forehead, sway in place, stomach grumbles. Flour wafts in the air, measure, dump, stir, preheat to 350. Grease and pour, bake, cool. Family peers in curiously, hovering and tasting, hungry little animals. Sweet, cinnamon, butter, fluffy, gooey, warm. Nom nom. Eat it up. Nap time. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't believe that I just wrote that. Not my favorite poem, but I did like playing with the structure of it. I always love playing with poetry structure. That's like one of my favorite bits of it. I also like to do a lot of imagery focus and kind of telling a story at the same time. I don't know, it's very different than writing short stories and novels, and it's a fun practice. Hopefully I get to do another one next month when I do my Writer-opoly, but I won't know until I do it. I have one more task that I have to do, and that is to test out a writing routine. And I'm pretty sure I've chosen Ursula K. Le Guin's because the way she wrote out her routine is hilarious to me. And it's something that I'm pretty sure I can do, and it's also very different than my normal routine. So I think I'm going to try it out tomorrow. And that means I'm going to have to edit the video that I would edit tomorrow today. Okay, I can do that. I did write about prejudice in my new Camp Nano Rimo story. It was very simple. Like, my character's already pretty prejudiced. She's pretty flustered. She's not happy to be in the situation that she's in, although she understands why she's there and she's trying to succumb to it. But having new people in her childhood home every month, essentially every 28 days. The first one commented about one of her friends that she grew up with not being an alpha and how demeaning that is. And she corrected him real quick, so that's to me, that's discussing prejudice in her, you know, pretty much telling him off for it because she's pretty good at that. And my other challenge, my last challenge number, my 5th prompt was to write a different point of view, and I hadn't expected to flip back and forth in my Camp NaNoWriMo story, but I am, and I'm pretty excited to have done that. I still think I'm going to try my different point of view challenge next month if I get back to Lily's story, which I really need to. I'm enjoying writing this one, so that's going to be my different point of view prompt for now. Alright, now I'm going to shoot you guys over to the thing I haven't done yet, which is the writing routine, and then we'll wrap all this up, and yeah, we'll see how that goes tomorrow. Alright, I'm babbling with the joint adventure. Oh my god, Alisha. Alright, I'll see you soon. Good morning. It is now 6:43. I've made my coffee. I have fed the cats and the mice and turned off the porch lights. And so today I'm gonna do Ursula K. Le Guin's writing routine. She gets up at 5:30. I got up at 5:30. Laid there till 6:15, which is what she does, thinking about her story. I was half thinking about my story, half thinking about the story that I had last night reading, and I think I fell asleep again because I set my alarm for 6:15 to make sure that I got up. And then I crawled back in bed for like 5 minutes and got up. So her next thing before she starts reading is she eats breakfast, and it says a lot. I don't eat breakfast, so here's my compromise. Usual breakfast, coffee until about 11 or noon, and then I got some cantaloupe. So I'm gonna sit here and eat this and then start writing at 7:15. I'm gonna wake my husband up at 7 because he's gotta give our cat insulin, and hopefully he goes back to sleep. I know he's tired. Otherwise this is gonna be all sorts of wonky. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. He's not gonna be happy with me. Oh well, let's get to eating. Finish my breakfast. Well, that part of it. I'm watching Korean dessert cafe vlogs and macarons. Yeah. I got my document open. So I woke up my husband, which means I got into this late, but only 7:45, so only a half an hour late. That's not bad, right? I'm already writing. It's before 8. Feeling good. To be honest, all I want to do right now is finish reading my book. First hour done, 372 words. Not a bad start, still pretty distracted. Husband just read my mind. He's making coffee. I'm taking like a 15-minute break. I've been writing for an hour and a half. I need to get up and move around. So, coffee break. I'm out of it. Yes. So I'm back at it, and I'm definitely past my 500 words for the day. I wonder how many words she typically gets daily. That's a good question. I might have to look that up. But I am in the middle of the first part of her process. So again, woke up 5:30, laid in bed thinking until 6:15. Now I'm in the chunk from after breakfast, where she eats a lot, 7:15 to noon. It is 9:42. I'm getting distracted really easily because this is the time that I don't usually write, and everybody's waking up and talkative and playing games, and it's hard to start and stop. But I'm getting there, so, and it's pretty steamy right now, which is a weird mental state for early in the morning too. Onwards. Just did a writing sprint up to 700 words for the day. Yeah, taking another short break though. It's almost noon and I got 1,077 words. Alright, now I'm gonna go make lunch and read while I make lunch. And then read some more. Maybe do a workout while I do that, because I'm a multitasker, I can't help it. Sorry, Ursula. But you didn't say I couldn't, so. Made lunch. I've done my reading. I finished my book, which if you want to know what that, how I feel about that, 5 stars. And it's almost time for correspondence and errands. Yep, 3 to 5 correspondence, maybe house cleaning. So what I'm gonna do is grade some midterms, get some things done that I need to get done for tomorrow. And I made brownies, so eat some brownies, and maybe start another book. I already got my writing done for the day, so I might actually go out there and read next to my husband while he plays video games once I get schoolwork done. Sounds like a good time. And then I make dinner and eat it at 5, between 5 and 8. So then after 8, as she says, I tend to be very stupid and we'll talk about this. So I'm on my own after 8, I guess. We'll see what I do with it. I'm liking this routine in general. I could never keep it up because I can't write early in the morning. My schedule doesn't allow it. If you want to know what my actual schedule is like, I have my ideal writing routine. I tried it. It didn't work. I redid it. I figured it out. It was a fun experience. So if you want to see that, I'll put it up, whichever side it's on. And yeah, so correspondence, school stuff, and I'll check in before I move on to dinner. Snack, emails, scanning stuff. Yep. I'm gonna enjoy that. That right there. It's gonna be yummy. It is 5, so it's time to go make dinner. I got another audiobook, and we're gonna get going. Yep. I really like her schedule.
Thought that he went. There was no warning. Dad! Dad! Taste off, I don't recommend it. Oh yeah! You told me about that plant. Or this plant. I ate one. Don't eat things. No, it's one of the plants that
You just keep trying to get his back foot. Oh, he hates that. You're gonna make him growl at you.
right, grumpy.
What a nice quick change to that happy face. So hi guys, I am very obviously tired if you couldn't tell. I went shopping. Last time I went shopping was almost 2 weeks ago, and it needed to happen. So every time I come back from shopping that day, anytime I leave the house now, I'm just exhausted and want to nap. And I am resisting it because it is dinner time and I'm gonna go make dinner here soon. But I wanted to try and reflect. I didn't know that I was going to shift point of views in this story, and so doing that initially, I did it with Newt first, and who was her friend at her clan, Winter's friend, one who saved her life in battle, and it was a nice test, and I really like the depth that it's going to give the story. I do sometimes shift point of views, and sometimes I don't. I think it works better for romance, so I typically do it for romance, and my paranormal stuff I typically keep in first person. So, go figure, I actually prefer to write in first person from a male perspective than a female perspective, and I don't know why that is. But it's really weird. I love writing in both perspectives though, and funny thing with that is that every single character perspective I have, other than Ria's, tends to be rather difficult for me because Ria's most me. She is my first character that I ever made, and then we went on, it's not just me in my head. Me and my characters have made so many different types of personalities, and I love being able to explore people who are not me, far more interesting than me. So I'm just a little weirdo over here in my corner. I'm literally in a corner right now too, so in any case, I'm enjoying learning about these characters in their heads. I think that allows for more depth without having to draw out the story and the plot. So that was a good prompt for this month. Since I'm not going to have my month in New York, because taking a plane to New York right now is not possible, nor will it be when it comes time for me to do so, which would be the end of June. I doubt that this is going to change. So I am going to play with my Writer-opoly and my Book-opoly prompts for the next couple months in celebration of no more having to make 8 videos a week. No more editing, all that stuff. No more trying to figure out how to telecommute to work and all these other things, and I will just be able to focus on fixing up my house, going through some collections that we got from his grandparents dying, and I'm gonna finish up the anthology. So this is gonna be my summer. But anyways, I forgot where I was going with this. So my last prompt was to write in another author's routine for a day, and I chose Ursula Guin, and I chose her for a very specific reason. So I looked up people like Kurt Vonnegut Jr., and although I really liked his, he said he did sit-ups and push-ups and these types of things, that he also went and swam laps every day, and that one is not possible, and two, I definitely don't want to have to leave the house to do that. But I still thought of trying it, and instead of swimming laps, doing like iron mics or something or jump squats across my yard, and a couple of laps to simulate the same type of experience and cardiovascular endurance that it takes to swim, which I used to swim. I was on the swim team when I was young. I grew up with a pool, so lots of swimming, but I really liked the sit-ups and push-ups whenever he could, and how he's like, nobody's told me so, but I'm getting in shape, and I don't know, I connect so well with him. But anyways, I actually was looking at the two of those because I teach their stories in my last paper, my satirical analysis paper. Ursula Guin's The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas, and Kurt Vonnegut Jr.'s Harrison Bergeron are two of the options for my last paper. The other two are South Park's Cash for Gold and Futurama's Attack of the Killer App. Yes, I teach cartoons. I love cartoons. They're like my jam. I have not taught any Bob's Burgers episodes because Bob's Burgers is my favorite cartoon. It's like my favorite show ever. If I could not watch anything else ever, I had to pick one thing, it would be Bob's Burgers, because I binge watched it anyways. I collect Bob's Burgers collectible stuff. I don't know why I got on that tangent, but that's why I was looking at those two for my writer routine prompts, and Ursula Guin's was just perfect. The only thing that was a bit hard was that I had to go to bed early the night before because she wakes up at 5:30, lays in bed for 45 minutes, gets up at 6:15, goes to eat breakfast, which she says she eats a lot of breakfast. I do not eat breakfast. I also, although I'm used to getting up at 6 for school and for the boys' school, I have been getting up at 9 recently. And going to bed at midnight or 1, so this was a bit of a different. I had to actually force myself to get up because I almost just kept sleeping. And then, of course, when I got up, I had to feed the cats and the mice and then wake up my husband because we have a diabetic cat and he is on routine, so half an hour after he eats, he really needs to get his insulin, and I don't do that. I do not stab kitties with needles. And my poor husband, I usually wake him up like I need you to stab Asheron because I'm twisted and I'm dark. But so I had to wake him up, and he took care of the kitty while I made coffee. And because he had just woken up, we sat and talked for a good little while, which means I didn't actually start my day at 7:15, as she indicates. I started my day at 7:45. But I'm married, and he's chatty in the morning, so that is what we did, and I don't have any problem having that half an hour to do that because I still sat and wrote from 7:45 until noon. Granted, I did take a few breaks because I have a husband who wants to come chat with me, and I needed to refill coffee and those types of things. And then I made lunch at noon. Actually, no, I took a break. I was going to make lunch at noon. I ended up doing something with my husband for an hour, then making lunch and reading at the same time. So since she does from noon to 1 lunch, and then 1 to 3 is reading and music, I kind of combined those 2 sections together because I had to make it fit. I wasn't going to be like, I'm not talking to you, I'm not doing this with you because I got this challenge today. I still had to work around my life. So I made food and a bread, and then I went and did grading and some administration stuff for her correspondence section. Then I made dinner, and I ended up making 3 different dinners. So I made pizza, a frozen pizza for my stepson. That's what he wanted. I made him a pizza. I made my husband a steak and a potato because that's typically what he wants for dinner. And my father sent me a package of meat for Easter because he's so silly, but. And I took one of the hamburgers. I was going to make it a hamburger, and I looked at it. I'm like, no, I'm going to make it into meatballs. So I chopped up the onion and added some Worcestershire and fried it up. I had broccoli and onion and pasta with my meatballs. So, and what else did I have with that? I had garlic bread too, which was really good. And yeah, then I went to go read some more because after 8, she says she's good for nothing. So I went to read some more. I sat down on the couch, tried to read. The sun was in my face, close by. I'm like, it's almost done. I closed my eyes until it's gone, and I woke up an hour later. My husband was making fun of me for snoring, and I played some. We have something we call the pink levels, which is this hidden hotel mystery, and you try to get as many as you can in 30 seconds. And the icons for it are pink, and so are the energies are pink, so I call them my pink levels. And so my husband and I always play those together because it's 2 sets of eyes, and he can read them out loud and I can look for them real fast, all the hidden objects that we're trying to find. So I did that for the next hour and then went to bed. But I feel like her routine is a very idealistic routine for somebody who doesn't have anything else to do in the day, and whereas I really like it, I'd love to have my routine where I'm able to write the most of my stuff in the morning, be able to go just have a set time to read, a set time to respond to people, set time for actual, breakfast, lunch, dinner, to actually eat breakfast, because I was hungry the rest of the day after I ate the melon. I was hungry by noon. Usually I'm starting to get barely hungry by noon, but I also drink a shit ton of coffee and don't wake up till 9, so that might be the difference. And actually being able to have time just out with my husband, that would be really nice. My current schedule does not accommodate that at all. I have too many jobs for this, but this is reminding me of my overall goal to eventually be able to just have those mornings and afternoons of some work, and then making writing my priority and my family my priority, and not worrying about all of the other stuff that I have to do. Although I really love to teach. I do. Right now, not so much, because the reason I love to teach is my interactions with my kids, which I don't get right now. So it's really frustrating and hard, but it was a nice day to take off. and just write and just to think about my story. So that is my wrap up. I enjoyed all of my challenges. Let me know if there's a challenge you would like to see me try out. Is there a number of challenges I should try next month? Because all I have to do is grade finals and put in the grades, and honestly that's not going to take very long. Yeah, let me know in the comments below. Are you going to try anything coming up next month in May? I'd love to hear about it. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Thanks for joining me. Bye.